Nancy Duarte, thank you for inviting me to Duarte here in the heart of Silicon Valley.
It's so nice to see you again after all this time.
Oh my goodness, you and I have, we passed each other a lot, and we certainly write very similar things about storytelling and communication. We're both obsessed with communication. We follow each other. How many years has it been now since you started a professional presentation business?
We started in 1988. So that's 36 years. It's a long time.
And you began with presentation design and certainly have since expanded to all facets of communication.
Yes, yeah. We started as a design firm. So we've been through several reinventions. And so now we're storytellers, communicators, presentation coaches. We've got experts all across the board.
It's not an exaggeration to say that you have influenced how people and brands approach presentations, using presentations as a transformative tool to spark movements. How would you describe the impact you've made?
It's been incredible to work with high-performing brands that not only have incredible products, but they've done a lot to change the world. And I think that's the most satisfying thing. And the other thing that, I don't know, when I look back at the long history, I remember when I went to write Slideology, it was 2008, and I was just running around like a fire in my belly saying, I just know this book has to be on shelves September 3rd, which was my son's birthday. And so I only went with a publisher could get out by then, could put it out by then. And I think that's one of my proudest things is because it sparked an entire presentation agency industry, which there had not been one before.
You and your team have created hundreds of thousands of presentations for Silicon Valley's most famous brands. I think 10 years ago, someone on your team estimated you had created 250,000 presentations. So now it must be well over 300,000, which is remarkable to think about. Although many of the presentations are for brands, corporate brands, it was another presentation, a non-corporate one, that was extremely important to you on a personal and professional level. Tell us about Al Gore's An Inconvenient Truth. I think few people realize that before it was a documentary, it was a presentation.
So there was that moment where he got a lot of grief in the press for coming off the boat and having the great big beard, but he'd been out trying to find out what he should do next. And he'd always been passionate about climate change. And so he had part of a 35 millimeter slide carousel, and Apple was on the board, Apple at the time, and they called and said, hey, could you help him out? So for 5 years, we helped research, adapt, build this deck. And he went all over the world delivering this deck, delivering it. And then that slideshow became a movie. Like, never thought that would happen. And even when they were like, hey, we'll put you in every press release, I'm like, who's going to really see a movie about a slideshow? I called that one wrong.
The Arctic is experiencing faster melting. If this were to go, sea level worldwide would go up 20 feet. This is what would happen in Florida. Around Shanghai, home to 40 million people. The area around Calcutta, 60 million. Here's Manhattan. The World Trade Center Memorial would be underwater.
The fact that it could be turned into a movie just simply reminds all of us that a presentation is a story and can be with the right visuals, the right words, the right animation. It could be a compelling and powerful story. So that's why presentation as a story is so much more than just writing bullet points on a slide. That's not storytelling. But if you watch An Inconvenient Truth, watch the documentary, think about the fact that those visuals were first presented on a display, just like any other presentation. Now you're looking at it as a story, a presentation as story.